Greetings and welcome to your favorite podcast channel, Nigeria Unfiltered. Today we're going to be looking at a summary of other ethnic nationalities and their relevance to pre-colonial Nigeria. In our previous series, we looked at the role of the Benin Kingdom. So let's start this way. As we conclude the series on pre-colonial societies in Nigeria, I like to dwell again on the words of the Black American historian James Baldwin. History is needed to chart the course for the now and in the future. More so, Chinua Lumogu Achebe clearly succinct, until the lion learns to tell his story, the hunter will keep taking the glory. Now let's start. Looking at the Middle Belt region, of course, there were other major ethnic groups within the Middle Belt. But I would like to just specifically speak to two of them. I would like to start with the Tivs. The Tivs are also a unique set of persons. History has it that they migrated from the southeastern part of Africa, and their basic unit of administration is the clan. They are also the ethnic group that is said to be acephalous, like the Igbo people. Acephalous in this regard means that there is no central leader in the Tiv community. What happens is that in the clan, the oldest man, they call him Oya. Oya is believed and to be the oldest, and it becomes the head, or like the king, or Oya. So the Tiv people, they are also located in the Middle Belt area, cut across other Middle Belt states. But they are basically agrarian people. They focus on agriculture and all that. I also want to look at the Igala people. History has it that the Igala society thrived in the 16th century. And the Igala people, they are located in the east of the confluence between River Niger and River Benue. They are domiciled in Kogi state. That said, the Ata is the king. And according to history, there are 9 officers who ruled alongside the Ata. And these officers are known as the Igalamela. They are known as the Igalamela because they ruled alongside the Ata. Another important group in the Igala pre-colonial society is a court. And the court is called Ogbede. Ogbede. And the head of that court is the Ogbe. Of course, this court happens to be the judicial arm of the kingdom. And of course, the Ata is also very important in terms of shaping what happens in the Ogbede. That said, the Igala people, they are also basically agrarian society. They thrive in agricultural produce and predominantly food crops. That said, I'd like you to know something about the Igala people. They were conquered by the British government in 1900, when the British officially took ownership of present-day Nigeria. But history has it that the Igalas, the Tivs, were influenced by other ethnic nationalities, the Jukun, the Idomas, and all those nationalities around the Middle Belt area. Moving on, let's come to the South. Of course, there are other nationalities in the South that played key roles, just like we have the Urhobos. The Urhobos are said to have migrated or came out from the ancient Benin Kingdom. They are predominantly in Delta State. Of course, we have Urhobo in Bayelsa and some part of Edo State. But they are the major ethnic group in Delta State. The head of the Urhobo kingdom is known as the Ovie. The Urhobo don't have a central king. What happens is that there are different clans, communities, and these communities have who takes ownership of them. Like we have the Oroje of Ikwerre, who heads the Ikwerre kingdom. We have the Ovie of Ugele, who heads the Ugele kingdom. We have the Ovie of Agbon. We have the Ovie of Umeagba. All these are in Ethiopia, Abraka, and other clans within the Agbon community. So the Urhobo people, they are basically agriculturalists. That said, let's move now to the Itsekiris. The Itsekiris are also another powerful ethnic nationality in Nigeria. They trace and they are domiciled in Delta State, Delta South. While the Urhobos are located in Delta Central, the Itsekiris, they are located in Delta South. The southern central district of Delta State is where you find the Itsekiri people. They trace their origin to a particular prince. History has it that he was a popular prince of the Benin Kingdom, and the father thought it wise to empower him, gave him officers, animals, resources to go and find his own kingdom. And he transported all the way to a place called Big Warri. And when he got to Big Warri, he met other persons fishing and farming there. And history has it that he met the Urhobos and the Ijaws there fishing. So they exchanged pleasantries and they did trade by barter, while giving them some resources, cowries, animals, and some goods. They gave him that space. So according to history, the original home and the ancestral home of the Itsekiri people is what you call Big Warri or Ode Itsekiri. That said, the king or the traditional head of the Itsekiri people is the Olu of Warri. The first Olu of Warri happens to be the king, the prince of the Benin Kingdom, and his name is Iginua. Iginua is the founding father of the Itsekiri people. That said, according to history, the Olu was known as Olu of Itsekiri. But during colonial administration, when the then Western Premier Chief Awolowo came to Benue State area, he officially announced and called the Olu of Itsekiri Olu of Warri. That politically and systematically validated and accepted and stamped the authority of the Olu of Itsekiri over Warri Kingdom. Hence, till this day, you now call him Olu of Warri. That said, the Itsekiri people are very unique set of persons, very intelligent, strategic, and united. Their major strength is in their unity and intelligence. History also has it that they were also one of the first ethnic nationalities that came in contact with the white men, because there is no far-fetched answer to that. They are linked to the great Benin Kingdom. That said, we have the Ijaws. The Ijaws are mostly spread along coastal line. Anywhere you see waterlog, anywhere you see riverine area, the Ijaws are mostly found there. According to history, prior to colonial rule, the Ijaws already had 51 clans, predominantly in Benue and in the Niger Delta area. Currently, you find them basically in Delta states, River State, Bayelsa State, Akwa Ibom, and of course Cross River. They're basically in the Niger Delta area. Wherever you find river, the riverine area, you see the Ijaws. I like to speak to a particular individual from the Ijaw clan. It's the king Jaja of Urhobos. Jaja of Urhobos was a very great man according to history. The Urhobos people are located in River State and Akwa Ibom. The Urhobos people, they are basically agrarian, they are fishermen. King Jaja of Urhobos became popular and powerful in the 19th century, precisely 1871, when he used his office as the Jaja of Urhobos to become a very powerful merchant who focused on palm oil distribution. In fact, he had strong ties with the British official, where he was dealing on palm oil, and of course within his area he was the sole administrator. He monopolized palm oil produce. In fact, King Jaja of Urhobos was dreaded and very bold and audacious that people were scared of him. His words were powerful. His words were life and death. The power of King Jaja of Urhobos was such that whatever he breathes, whatever he says out of his mouth, becomes a law. So in 1871, he officially monopolized the production and distribution of palm oil. History has it that his reign was short-lived by the coming of the British government or the British official in 1884. Mind you, 1884 is strategic to history. It was in 1884, January to be precise, that the Berlin Conference that was done and organized by the then Chancellor of Germany, Otto von Bismarck, officially gave the Nigeria area to the British government. So what the British government did was to hand it over to the Royal Niger Company to come, because the Royal Niger Company was a merchant company who focused on business, and they were headquartered in British area. So when the Royal Niger Company came with the full backing of the British government, what they did was to dislodge and disestablish every power that were either to controlling that area. That was how King Jaja of Urhobos was conquered. And history has it that in 1884, he went on self-exile. That said, let's look at the Isoko. The Isoko people, according to history, they were Western Urhobos. They are from the Urhobo clan. In fact, Wise and Urhobo man will greet you by saying Mingwo. The Isoko will say Diwo. What an Urhobo man will say has come, for example, Yare. The Isoko man will tell you Yanze. So they are interwovenly related. It was in 1962 when they agitated for a safe kingdom, history has it that they don't want to be subjected to the Urhobo people. That was when the Nigerian government gave them the power of secession to form their own kingdom. Hence, we call them Isoko. All these people, the Urhobos, the Itsekiris, the Isoko, the Ijaws, they are based in Delta State. The other minority group you can find in Akwa Ibom, like the Ibibios, the Efik, and also in Calabar. Of course, most of these states broke, like Akwa Ibom was taken out from Calabar, from Cross River State, pardon. So, like the Calabars, they are found in Cross River. All these groups, they were very powerful. Remember, the first capital of Nigeria was Calabar. History has it that the first capital of Nigeria was Calabar, and from Calabar it moved to Lokoja. From Lokoja it was moved to Lagos, and from Lagos it moved to Abuja. So the role of the Calabar people in pre-colonial society is also very important. They are also majorly fishermen, agriculturalists, and all that. There's something about the Niger Delta area. They are rich in oil. History has it that in 1956, prior to independence, crude oil was discovered in commercial quantity in Oloibiri, present-day Bayelsa State. It was then Rivers, present-day Bayelsa State. So you can see one of the major source of wealth available for the Niger Delta people is the oil. That said, I'd like you to know that as against the hamitic hypothesis that says that it was colonialism that brought everything Nigeria or African, it was not correct, because we already had a well-structured individualistic system of governance. Whilst in some area there was monarchical system, in some other areas there was a kind of decentralized democracy, a people democracy, direct democracy, as you can find in Greece, to the police states, city police states. So democracy was already entrenched in Nigeria. Look at the people of the Igbo. They had democracy. The first son is the Ikwerre, and they decide everything unanimously. People decide. Is it about the Tivs, who also have an acephalous structure, where the oldest man is the Oya? Is it about the Igalas, that has an absolute monarchical system? The Benin, that also have both a constitution and an absolute monarchical system. So you will agree with me that Africa has been in existence long before the coming of the white man. To this end, I'd like you to comment, engage, and subscribe. Remember, this is Nigeria Unfiltered. I remain Shalom Ufoma Erude.